Oka, Brongo. Hello, live long and prosper. It's Chief Littleprong, and this is the second episode of Cooking with the Chief. Had actually a request to show how to make roasted vegetables, and since I'm making chicken anyway, we're gonna make chicken too. It's relatively simple. So what I've got here is some potatoes sliced up, carrot, green beans that are cleaned and remove the stringy part of them on the ends. You snap the ends and pull them. Now here is some pre-packaged garlic that you can get, and I've got some in a foil packet right here. I'm going to put some salt on there, and I put some extra virgin olive oil. Usually when you buy larger quantities of stuff like this, it's a lot less expensive, as long as you use it before it goes bad. I have to kind of do this in one hand. So basically what I'm doing is making a foil pouch, holding it up. I'm going to roast the garlic at the same time, and in the same pan that we have the vegetables. So we're just going to throw these vegetables and these green beans into this pan, and we're just going to put a little bit of salt, not much, a bit of pepper, and we're going to drizzle some olive oil on here. I'm trying to do this so I can see at the same time. Not a whole lot. You don't want to drench it in olive oil, but it's got to be on all the surfaces of all the vegetables, or it's not going to cook right. It's going to burn. Just not cook right. So get this all turned around. All the vegetables turned around and get them well coated in oil. Okay, so we're going to try to get our heavier vegetables, like these potatoes, which I've kind of cut into slabs on the bottom of the Pyrex pan. And the carrots, these are kind of thick carrots, and we'll kind of have the green beans on top so they don't get as overcooked as they might if they're just laying against the glass. Okay, now here's our foil pack. Preheat your oven to about 350. This oven cooks a little cool, so I've got it set a little bit higher. So that is all there is to it, except for putting a piece of foil over it. So we're going to cover it with foil. Seal all the edges. I'm going to do that in just a second. When I put it in the oven, I'll seal all the edges around. Now we're going to go over to our chicken. Here we have just a piece of chicken thigh leg kind of piece there with skin on it. You can remove the skin if you want it lower fat. I usually like to cook stuff with the fat or the skin on it and then take the skin off if I'm not going to eat it, because it can impart flavors. I'm not cooking the vegetables in this pan because I don't want all the chicken juice and everything getting into the vegetables. I want that to be different. Okay, so this we're going to season with regular salt. We're not using garlic salt because we're roasting garlic, so that takes care of that. So a little bit of salt, some pepper. Flip this over. A little more salt, a little more pepper, and I have to wash these off when I'm done because I am using a contaminated hand. Bear with me for a second here. Sorry about this, folks. Okay, we're going to use some of this just basic poultry seasoning. You can see that or not, but we're going to sprinkle some of that on here. Not a whole ton of it. It does add a little bit of flavor. I'm not going to make gravy tonight, but if you're making gravy, of course you're going to put all these drippings into a pan of some sort, and along with some sort of like chicken bouillon or chicken stock and whatnot, and make gravy. Okay, so we're gonna put a little olive oil on this. Not a whole lot. So I don't know if you can see that real good. I kind of moved the camera. We're not gonna put. That's more. It's not too much, I don't think, but that's more than enough. Oh, also, I washed this piece of chicken off and pat it off with paper towel first. Okay, so we're done. That's it. We're going to put this in the oven for 70 minutes. And the vegetables should be just perfect. The chicken may need a little bit more time. This isn't like a real big, thick piece. And you can use a thermometer, meat thermometer, and just put it in. Make sure you're not touching any bone. Make sure you're not against the pan. And I don't know right offhand. I don't really use those a lot unless I'm making a big roast or something like that, because I can tell this by looking at it really if it's done or not. So anyway, that's how we do it. Thanks for watching the second installment of Cooking with the Chief, and I'm going to do a later tonight. I'm going to do a chocolate chip cookie tutorial. I've had a recipe that I developed. I finished developing it literally like 35 years ago, and I worked on this recipe for like 10 years, and I've never shared it with anybody. I even worked in a bakery for like 9 months, and they couldn't talk me out of the recipe. But I do want to share it with people, so I'm gonna give that recipe out. And everybody, I will talk to you later. Have a good night. Try this recipe. The vegetables are really good. They taste like you put sugar on them or something. They're just nice and sweet, and everybody really likes it. So have a good night. Bye.